Alright, guys, since everyone was so really, you guys really enjoyed the first Godzilla Owl House crossover, I decided, fuck it, let's do another one. Let's do another one. And this one is going to be pretty fun because this was something like this was an original. This was kind of the original idea, but I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with this idea instead, and maybe if this does well, maybe I'll pitch this as a sequel. So yes, Godzilla Owl House 2. Now this takes place still in those months time frame between seasons 2 and 3, and as well as a few, like maybe a little while after the first Godzilla Owl House crossover. So yes, after defeating Megalon, who was possessed by Bellows, they don't know that, but yeah, Godzilla's gone back into the ocean. He hasn't been seen in Gravesfield since, but in that time since, Willow has basically learned of a new ability while she's been studying plant life here through her magic. Like she's basically been using her magic and learning like a kind of like open tap line through it. Like there's an open channel through the plants that she can use to speak to them. Well, someone's talking back. Someone is finally talking back, but she doesn't know what it is because it sounds like a weird cacophony of like roars and like someone trying to talk to her at the same time. It's someone way out in the world, and it sounds they sound like they're in pain. Like they are someone in pain. As you guys can probably guess who she's talking to, but we'll talk to that in a moment. Yeah. So she keeps talking to them, and of course the rest of the Owl House crew is like, maybe you should step back. We don't know who or what this is, and who's talking to you. And it's like, well, maybe I can. And Willow is like, maybe I can help them. Like, maybe I can, give them, some help, and maybe I can give them some peace. Like maybe I can do some good for them. So as they're communicating back and forth, she's slowly discovering that there is like more to this. There's more to this. It is a young woman, and she has been more or less like her body. She tells her, "I am in constant pain," but it is nice to finally reach out and talk to someone. So they're communicating through like the plant, like they're communicating through plant life, and eventually what happens is that Willow finally discovers who, or rather what it is. It's Biollante. Yeah, she's been talking to Biollante this whole time. Who Biollante is currently out in the wilds of deep in the wilds of India, just kind of like not India, excuse me, the Amazon. And basically what Biollante has been doing in the Amazon is regenerating life, like plant life throughout the Amazon that's been burned through wildfires. And you may be thinking, well, why would Biollante do that? She's not really a good kaiju. She kind of is, actually. She's, like, a lot of people don't realize it, but, like, Biollante was kind of the hero of the original Godzilla vs. Biollante. Remember, in the Heisei era, in the early films, Godzilla was the villain. And Biollante was trying to stop him. And in later incarnations of comics, they do kind of pitch Biollante as at least an anti-hero. Like in Godzilla Cataclysm, where she was trying to heal the planet. So Biollante is just kind of like trying to do some damage control on the planet, when during her regeneration of the rainforest, she like perks up and is like, hey, someone's talking. Like, there's someone talking out there. I'm gonna investigate it. So Biollante she's communicating through the plants to Willow, and the two are talking back to one another. And when they find out when Luz finds out who she's talking to, he's like, Biollante? You're talking to Biollante? Did nothing we just went through with Godzilla and Megalon teach you anything about, like, not doing this? Like, the whole thing of communicating with kaiju was a bad idea. That whole battle between Godzilla and Megalon was, Like, wasn't that enough to kind of show, maybe don't do this? That's kind of, like, Luz is, like, kind of projecting her own, again, self-anger onto someone else, because, yeah, she's still kind of, again, she's doing the old blame myself, and cope with it in an unhealthy way. So what she's now, on top of what happened to her, she's blaming herself for what happened with Godzilla and Megalon attacking. So now she's, like, projecting her own anger onto Willow for talking to Biollante, who she's like, well, Biollante is kind of nice. She's actually trying to heal the planet. And Luz is like, I don't care. You talk to her, she's gonna come. There's a chance Biollante is going to, like, take you up on that offer. And let me tell you, Gravesfield is not isn't exactly kaiju friend, isn't exactly accommodating to a kaiju. So no, stop talking to her. Stop, like, it causes some friction between Willow and Luz, and Amity's kind of caught in the middle of it. So, yeah, like I said, Amity is caught in the middle of it, and she's trying to play, like, peacemaker between the two, because she understands, like, Luz would be angry about it because of what happened with Godzilla. And then you have, on Willow's end, it's like she's trying to help someone, and Willow has always tried to help, everyone. She's always been, like, the rock of the entire group. So so Amity's trying to play peacemaker. While this is going on, there is a mining camp several hundred miles away from Gravesfield, and they've dug a little too deep. They kind of found something they shouldn't have, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was Meganula. Yeah, they've basically stumbled onto a Meganula nest, and who is, like, taking care of the nest? Its mother, Megaguirus. So Megaguirus has basically been awakened while taking care of the hive, and blasts out of the cave, and is looking for, like, Meganula, food for the Meganula. And unfortunately, Gravesfield is the only one there. Gravesfield is literally the only place that could, has the food that it needs. So the Meganula start moving in on Gravesfield as Megaguirus starts to build headed to make a hive there. Well, while the Luz and the others can take on several Meganula, there's no way they can take on Megaguirus. So there's only one option left. And they can't exactly send a hotline to Godzilla. There's only one option left. Willow sends a message out to Biollante. She calls out directly to Biollante to come and save them. So that's what Biollante does. Biollante, through the plants, travels and arrives there to do battle with Megaguirus. Yeah, I always thought it'd be kind of cool to have a Biollante Megaguirus fight. So Biollante and Megaguirus do battle in the and Biollante, understanding Willow, takes Megaguirus and drags her away from the town, while they try to, along with the rest of the town, battle off the Meganula. So while Biollante and Megaguirus do battle, these two, the Meganula, are being routed by the people of Gravesfield. So during so the fight between Biollante and Megaguirus goes full balls to the wall. It's brutal. It's Biollante is having trouble to pin down Megaguirus because of her flight and almost her supersonic speed, and also Megaguirus can actually get behind Biollante and actually get her with her energy draining her stinger and get her from behind. Biollante is just too big and too slow to keep up with her. So, as you can imagine, a kaiju ruckus obviously attracts the attention of more kaiju. And this is when, who shows up. Yeah, Godzilla just comes out of the sea once again, and it becomes Biollante, Megaguirus, and Godzilla all start throwing down with each other. Godzilla's just here for a fucking fight. He's also I came here to beat the shit out of some people, and by God, I'm gonna be beating the shit out of people. While Biollante's trying to keep Megaguirus and Godzilla from, wrecking the whole fucking town. Eventually, the fight, like Godzilla and Biollante do eventually like kind of put their differences aside and team up on Megaguirus. And Megaguirus, the moment she figures out that she's gonna fight 2-on-1, she's like, deuces, and just shoots off. By this point, the Megaguirus, the Meganula threat has been routed, and Godzilla returns to the sea, leaving Biollante to help kind of clean up everything and kind of bring a new new green to the town. Willow also personally thanks Biollante, who she learns like Biolante's real name, Emika. And of course, because like if you guys know the origin of Godzilla versus Biollante was made from Godzilla cells and plant life and the soul of a dead girl by her father. Japanese movies can be really weird sometimes. I just let you know. So anyway, so there you go, guys. That is pretty much my second Godzilla Owl House crossover. This was a pretty fun one to do. I knew I was going to do one with Willow and Biollante, but I was like, I'll wait till the second one. And who knows, maybe I'll do a third one at my own pace. Like, maybe I'll do an idea for a Godzilla and maybe make it a closing trilogy or whatever. But for now, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of Godzilla Biollante 2? I know this was Godzilla the Owl House 2. I know this has less Godzilla in it, but that was kind of the point, and that's why I didn't do this one first. Godzilla's just more of the third act guy. Anyway, so once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.